Resident Evil 8, or Resident Evil Villain as it's commonly called, is Capcom's latest and greatest Resident Evil. But more so, it's special because this is the first console PC Resident Evil Capcom has ever ported to mobile. And it includes graphical settings you can toggle on and off individually to customize it to your liking, which I think is a first for any console game ported to mobile to have that individual customization, because usually it's just a toggle between performance, graphics, or battery saver mode. Or they get ported with no graphics you can change whatsoever, which doesn't feel like you're fully in control of the graphics on mobile, which is unlike the full graphics of PC, so I'm glad that Resident Evil 8 had them on Apple devices. Today's topic is the fact that the iPhone 15 can only use 5.8 gigabytes, whereas the M1 iPads can use the full 8 gigabytes for this game to harness the graphical power of Resident Evil 8 or Village. I will be experimenting with different resolutions and different graphical settings in order to find a balance for anyone who has an iPhone 15 or an M1 or M series iPad. Liking the video also helps other people to find it in recommendations. This is how the title screen looks of Resident Evil with recommended settings on at the lowest resolution the M1 iPad can provide. These next screenshots are of the same title screen with the max resolution the M1 iPad can provide with everything at recommended. These next title screens are with every toggle set to high that can be set to high, as long as everything on with the max resolution. Now, the picture on the left is using the recommended pre-built settings that are default when you boot up Resident Evil Village on any Apple device, which I will list now. And the picture on the right is set to everything on with every toggle that I can set to medium. And this is not the recommended way to play, as you can see, because everything is choppy. But it is a good demonstration of the recommended settings versus the medium everything on settings. Because this is a 8 gigabyte RAM iPad M1, I don't know if having a 16 gigabyte would make a difference in the higher quality settings. Now, as you can see, there is a very noticeable difference in the quality texture on the tree. As you can see, more details to the overall game's graphics. But this is due because of the highest resolution that the iPad can provide, as well as all the settings turned on and mid. So now I will just stop talking for a moment while you all bask in the comparison to see which is better. More detailed everything looks with the higher resolution. Now this is a prime example of why you shouldn't play with medium settings with everything on a 8 GB M1 iPad. Because look how slow it takes for the menu to open just so you can unlock the door to get the 6 unicorn key. And see how everything is choppy? That is literally what you can expect on every door in Resident Evil if you play on those settings. But moving on. The trees, as you can see, if you switch to medium graphics, are a lot more detailed than the recommended lower resolution. And you can see the castle is sharpened in the background. And you can also see the birds are more defined too. I mean, look at this. It's the exact same image, but you could see a lot more detail with the higher quality resolution. In any case, I have one more comparison to show you. So here we go. The picture on the left is using a customized recommended settings, and I'll post it here now. Now the picture on the right is using high resolution with custom graphics, and I'll post it here now. Now, I was able to capture both of these gameplays almost exactly word for word, so I'm not gonna do much talking and I'll allow you to see it for yourself.
Someone's been here.
While this is focusing on the Megamice, you can clearly see how either low resolution or high resolution is good, but you can also see more detail in the candle flicker in the background right here.
There's that feeling again. It's so strong. It must be the crystal. I'm almost there. Michael.
And this is when you start to see that a crisper resolution makes you see more things in the background, like the crystal lights, for example.
This one's the real deal. feel it.
Rose! Rose, hurry! You can't escape! Not from me!
Dad, wait, hold up. Is it really you?
Yes, but right now you need to run! Run! Rose!
Thanks. Why didn't you tell me who you really were? Why'd you let me call you Michael?
I didn't want to complicate things. I just needed you safe. And I'm sorry I left you alone. But I had to find a way out. And I did. It's just ahead.
Rose!
Now, what's interesting about this is because both of these are basically the exact same, you're not really going to notice much of a huge difference other than resolution. But what's also funny is when I recorded this part the first time, using the exact same settings, I was able to actually get the cutscenes to sync with the lips. So I don't know why they're not doing it now. This actually concludes the graphical comparisons. But while making this video, I discovered the most intensive graphical settings. So I will list them now.
There's that feeling again. It's so strong. It must be the crystal. I'm almost there. Michael. It's through here. This one's the real deal. I can feel it.
Rose!
Rose, hurry!
You can't escape! Not from me!
really were. Why'd you let me call you Michael?
I didn't want to complicate things. I just needed you safe. And I'm sorry I left you alone. But I had to find a way out. And I did. It's just ahead.
Rose!
Get away from my love! Stay away from my family! Rose,